The sun was doing its best impression of a frying pan over Ajala village when Bisola returned from the stream, balancing a clay pot on her head like she was competing in the village Olympics. Her mother, Mama Tunde, was stationed at the doorway with her arms folded in that iconic African mother stance, the one that has been passed down through generations and can stop grown men in their tracks. Bisola, come here now.
Bisola set down the pot, already knowing what was coming. Her mother's left eyebrow was climbing up her forehead. Danger level 5. Yes, Mama. Bisola tried her sweetest voice. Don't yes, Mama me. Mama Tunde's hands moved to her hips. I saw you again with that Corper boy, the one who irons his khaki like he's auditioning for a fashion show. Mama, we were just talking. Talking? Her voice could probably wake the ancestors. Bisola, these Corper boys come here smiling, making promises sweeter than honey. Then poof, they disappear faster than your father when I mention fixing the roof. 1 year, then gone. But Shegun is different, Mama. He's kind. He's educated.
They're all kind at first. Mama Tunde gripped her daughter's shoulders. Bisola, you are 18. Beautiful, smart, but still young. That boy will break your heart, pack his bag, and you will never see him again. Stay away. Bisola nodded, but in her head, she was already thinking about Shegun's smile and his stories about Lagos, the big city with cars everywhere and buildings that touch the sky. It started small. Fancy biscuits from town, the ones with actual wrapper, not sold in random plastic bags. Cold Fanta that was actually cold, practically a miracle in Ajala. A pretty scarf that made Bisola feel like a queen. Meet me at the old Oguleye farm tomorrow evening, Shegun whispered one day, his smile making Bisola's stomach do gymnastics. I want to show you something. The abandoned farm was hidden behind elephant grass, tall enough to hide an entire masquerade festival. Bisola knew she shouldn't go. Her mother's warnings were playing in her head like a broken record. But Shegun made her feel seen, special, like she was more than just a village girl destined to marry whoever her parents chose.
So she went. At first, they just talked. Shegun told her about university, Lagos nightlife, his dreams of becoming an engineer. You could come with me when my service ends, he said. I'll help you get a job, maybe go to school. Bisola's heart soared. Someone saw potential in her. But as weeks passed, Shegun got bolder. He tried to pull her close, too close. Not yet, Shegun, she'd say, pushing him away. And each time he'd smile and back off. I respect you, Bisola. I'm not like other men. I can wait. One evening, Bisola told her mother she was visiting Folake, line number 100, then snuck off to the farm. Shegun was waiting with malt drinks and groundnuts. 2 months until I leave, he said, his voice soft. Come to Lagos with me, Bisola. She drank the malt. It tasted bitter underneath the sweetness, but she thought nothing of it. Then, strange heaviness. Her head got foggy. The world started spinning like she was on a bad carnival ride. Shegun, something's wrong, she mumbled, trying to stand, but her legs wouldn't walk. Shh, just rest, his voice came from somewhere far away. Her body felt like it was sinking into the ground. She tried to scream but couldn't. The last thing she remembered was feeling trapped in her own body, unable to move, unable to speak. Then darkness. Bisola! Bisola! Mama Tunde's voice rang through Ajala village the next morning like an emergency alarm. When she went to Folake's house, the girl looked confused. Auntie, Bisola never came here. Panic spread faster than gossip during church service. Search parties scattered everywhere: farms, forests, riverbanks. At the school, Shegun played concerned citizen, acting like he deserved an award. I saw her yesterday heading to the market. 1 day passed, 2 days. Mama Tunde was beside herself with grief. On the 3rd day, a boy herding goats near the old farm heard a weak sound. He found Bisola lying on a dirty mat, barely conscious, her clothes torn, covered in dirt and dry tears. The village erupted when Bisola was carried home. As she slowly regained consciousness, fragments came back. The drink, Shegun's face, being trapped in her own body, while he... Shegun, she whispered weakly. It was Shegun. The village chief demanded his arrest, but when they stormed Shegun's room, he was gone. Vanished, his belongings still there, but no Shegun. Days passed. Bisola recovered physically, but her eyes carried a trauma that broke everyone's heart. Mama Tunde never left her side, crying quietly at night when she thought Bisola was asleep. Then, on the night of the full moon, village dogs started barking like they'd seen a ghost. Baba Kule, who could hear a mosquito sneeze 3 houses away, saw a shadow creeping toward Shegun's old room. Baba Kule raised the alarm. "Thief! Thief! Come out!" Men poured from their houses in wrappers, boxers, some holding sticks, some holding cutlasses. It was like a midnight action movie, but scarier. Shegun tried to run, but was surrounded faster than he could say, "I'm sorry." "I just came for my certificates," he cried as they dragged him to the village square. The village chief, Bale Adeyemi, arrived looking like he'd had enough nonsense for one lifetime. "Why did you come back?" "My NYSC documents," Shegun stammered, shaking like a leaf. "I can't get a job. I can't start my life." "You can't start your life?" someone shouted. "What about Bisola's life you tried to destroy?" "I was going to marry her," Shegun cried, desperate. "Liar!" Mama Tunde's voice cut through the crowd like a machete. "You drugged my daughter, left her to die. For 3 days I thought she was dead. 3 days. I already picked out her burial cloth." The crowd surged forward angrily, but Bale Adeyemi raised his staff. "Stop! We are not animals. We have law." He ordered Shegun locked up until morning. The whole village gathered as Shegun was brought before the chief. Grey skies hung overhead, like even the weather was disappointed. "You stand accused of a terrible crime," Bale Adeyemi said. "Speak." Tears rolled down Shegun's face. "I'm sorry. I loved her. I thought she'd have to come to Lagos with me." The crowd's anger was volcanic. "Love?" Mama Tunde stood, her voice shaking with rage. "You drugged my daughter, took away her choice, her dignity, then ran like a rat." "I was scared. I panicked." "So you left her for 3 days," an elder said coldly. Bale Adeyemi looked at Bisola. "Do you want to speak?" Bisola stood, her voice steady despite everything. "I trusted you. My mother warned me, but I didn't listen. You destroyed that trust. You destroyed me. I will carry this for the rest of my life." The chief nodded grimly. "This goes to the police, and we will follow it to court. We will make sure you don't disappear into the system." An elder formed a delegation to escort Shegun, follow the case, and ensure justice was truly served. "Let this be a warning," Bale Adeyemi declared to everyone. "Those who harm our children will face consequences. Always." The crowd responded, "Ashe." Months later, after Shegun was convicted and sent to prison, where he probably wished he just bought new certificates on the black market. Bisola stood at the village crossroads where she used to meet him. The rainy season had passed. Everything was green and new again. She had changed. The innocent girl who ignored her mother's warnings was gone. In her place stood a young woman with hard-won wisdom and a story to tell. Mama Tunde approached with vegetables from the farm and wrapped her arms around her daughter. "Are you okay?" "Get in there, Mama, slowly. You are stronger than you know, my daughter. What happened was not your fault." "I know, but I should have listened to you." Mama Tunde smiled slightly. Yes, you should have. I've recorded it in the official book of Mother Prophecies, chapter 47, verse Bisola. Don't worry, I'll never let you forget. Despite everything, Bisola smiled a little. You are young. Young people make mistakes. I just wish this one hadn't hurt so much. As they walked home together, Bisola realized something important. She had survived. She had spoken her truth. With her mother and her village beside her, she would heal. She didn't look toward the old farm anymore. She looked forward, toward a future she would build herself, one choice at a time, one day at a time. And when new coppers came to Ajala village, the story of Bisola became a warning tale, passed from mother to daughter, elder to youth, a reminder that some warnings are worth listening to, that mothers usually know best, and that some lessons cost too much to learn the hard way. Thank you for listening to the end. Please subscribe.